The left side turn indicator works, but the right side does not. Time to change the bulb. Hi everyone, today I need to replace one of the bulbs inside the turn indicator on this Porsche Cayenne S. And to access the inside of the lens, you actually have to remove the entire assembly to access the bulbs. And the only way to do that is through these two covered holes. Underneath each one, once you remove these little covers, I'll try and do it right now. You'll see that there's a 10mm bolt. So there's two 10mm bolts holding it in place. So what I'm going to do is get a 10mm socket so that I can start disassembling it. I'm not sure what sort of bulb I'll need, whether I'll need the clear one, which is the one on the right, the 7528 long life, or if I require an amber bulb, which is the 7507 one. So I'll only know that once I start taking it apart and lifting the lens assembly away from the body. So let me get a 10mm socket, take these two nuts out, and we'll see what we're dealing with. So I've already removed the little cover at the top. Now I just need a small little flathead screwdriver, go into the little spot there, depression, and lift it off. Now the next thing I need to do is get my socket so that I can remove both of these nuts. So I've removed the bottom nut. Now I'm removing the top one. These are 10mm nuts. And once it's out, that should allow me to pull away the assembly from the body of the vehicle. So here I am, slowly working it away. And you can see it's attached by one connector. So I'm going to need to disconnect this connector so I can gain access to this housing, which holds all, I believe 4 bulbs in here. So let me see if I can just squeeze it and pull it out. There we go. Now the next step is I'm going to require a special tool that Porsche supplies to loosen this, loosen that, and these two here. This one looks pretty beat up, in order to pull this away. So the tool that you require should be housed under this cover here. Prop it up. And it's this one right here. What you need is this attachment here at the end of this small pipe, and what that goes inside those plastic screws, and you use it and turn them and lift them out. So I'll demonstrate how that's done with this particular tool. So I've placed the tool inside one of the screws holding this assembly to the back of the lighting assembly, and I'm going to just start loosening it up and rotate it out. There we go. It just looks like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all 4 of them and then lift this out. So I've removed them all except for that one. It's too beat up, but apparently it comes out without it. It will detach. And so this is what it looks like. 2 braking. I think this is a reverse. And then that's the turning one. And then there's another one up here, which I don't recall. This must be a fog, possibly. I'm not sure exactly. But the one that's in question is this one here. So since it's a clear bulb, I'm going to replace it with the clear bulb, the package that I previously showed you. And I'll take it out, and then before I assemble it, I'm going to attach it to the housing here, the harness, to see whether all of them are actually working. Here's the new bulb that I need to install. This is the one I want to remove. And what you do is you just
I'm not going to touch the glass on that one there, but this one here, it's okay. You don't want to get grease on these things, but with this one here, what you do is you just turn it a quarter turn and lift it out. The new one, I'm going to get a small glove on and then install it, and then we're going to test. Okay, so the old one's been removed. Now you see these little notches here? I want to line them up with the holes there, like that. Push it in and turn it a little bit. Now that's locked in place. Now the next step for me now is to connect this back to the harness like this. And then I'm going to test the brake lights and that turn indicator light bulb and see if everything's working before I reassemble everything.
Okay, the next step now is to test to see if that turn indicator bulb is actually working. And as you can see, it is working. So now I can reassemble it and reinstall it back into the rear of this Cayenne. I reinstalled the part of the unit that holds the light bulbs to the back of this rear tail light assembly. Now the next step now is for me to reconnect it back to the power source and then reinstall it back into the rear of the body, and then reinstall the two 10mm nuts to hold it in place, and then put the covers back in place. So the next step now is to reconnect the power supply. There, it clicked. Okay. Now the next step now is for me to install the two nuts, which I'll do in a moment. Okay, both 10mm bolts have been installed. The last step now is just to install the two little covers, and the job is complete. Last step is to install the covers. And the job is complete. Thanks for watching this comprehensive DIY tutorial on replacing a rear taillight bulb on a Porsche Cayenne. Having properly functioning taillights is not only a safety issue, but in many jurisdictions, it is the law. Please subscribe to our channel, Drive Chris Capredoni, and watch our other informative videos as your source for vehicle reviews, analysis, maintenance, and restorations.